In this video, we're going to look at how you can identify rocks. If you're new to this game, you need to be able to mine resources. So we have our base set up. This is after the electrics video where we set up our electricity. But now we are struggling because we need some more material. So in order to finish off the solar panels, we need some aluminium. But we don't know what this is. It says it's unknown ore. Well, what we need to do is we need to start drilling this unknown ore, and you'll see it starts to crack. So once it cracks, you'll see it breaks down. We can then continue to drill. And this allows us to break down inside this. Now, we don't get anything for this that gets broken down. We just have to do this. This is the part where we have to get inside. Once we get inside, you'll start to see here, it says this is ready to load. So this is some ore that is ready to load. But we don't have anything to pick this up at the moment. It's too big, which means we need to drill down further. Now, the downside to doing this is it means we get less resources because we're destroying so many of them. But it does mean that we get to pick up some iron here. So there are 4 or 5 types of material. We have iron, we have silicon, we have calcium, which is another one. And we also, there's uranium, which we can get later. So we've got silicon, we've got aluminium, we've got iron, calcium, and then we've got uranium. So there's the 5 different types. So we need to break this down. Now you can see the difference between this kind of dusty looking rock and what you can then drill down further into is like, it's like this red rock. We could pick this up directly, but unfortunately we're not in a position to, so we need to break this down. So this is silicon. So if you're breaking down a rock, it's going to be, whenever you get the first part, it's all going to be the same. So this is a silicon rock. So I don't need silicon at the moment. I actually need to go ahead and find some aluminium. Aluminium is what I am short right now. So I need to break this down. Now in doing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to level up my skills. This is really useful because these skills are going to help me to be able to upgrade later. So the skill that you get from this, you can see it's the orange one. So if you look at the icon at the very top, you see there's a little orange, which is a mechanical. And so this, by breaking this down, is giving me skill points. And this is what I want to show you, is when you get the next skill point, this is iron. So we don't actually need any iron. We're going to leave this one here. Again, we only want to find aluminium at the moment. We've got our silicon. We need aluminium, because that is going to allow us to make electronic parts in a 3D printer. And that is going to allow us to finish off our... That is going to allow us to finish off our solar farm, which is going to give us power throughout the night. Make sure that the rocks don't fall on you. It is possible that they can fall on you, and if they do, they hurt. So you could die. We've already done this one. This wasn't what we needed. So we just need to break off enough at the moment just to see what's inside. We don't need to break the whole rock down. This one looks slightly different. Alright, let's break this one down. It's a slightly different colour. What's this going to be? It's not got that red tinge to it. There we go, some aluminium. So this is our aluminium rock, which is fantastic. So let's break all of this down because we want this. So we're going to work our way round. Again, we're not going to get much for this, but it should be just enough to hopefully allow us to print those circuit boards, those electronics. Again, make sure that this doesn't fall on you because you could die. And all the time in doing this, we're getting these skill points. And there we go, we just got another skill point. So now we can upgrade our skill points. Now this is important. So let me show you what happens here. We're just going to click this. Perfect. Now we're going to go into our tech tree. And we've got a point in mechanics. So you get your mechanics skill by drilling. We've already got 1 point, which we got our blowtorch with. And now we get to choose, do we want a grinder or a detector level 2? We're going to go for a detector level 2.
Mechanics, technology access level increased.
And the reason we're going to do that, now we can't use it at the moment. There's nothing we can do right now because we need to go back to our base. But I'm going to show you how this works because it's important for you to understand and not waste time when you're mining resources. So let's just give this aluminium because this is important. We're going to need this. So we don't really want to go back until we have enough aluminium to make those solar panels. So we're going to just do 2 more of these. That should be enough for us. And we'll do this one as well. And then we'll head back. Now it's going to be nighttime soon, so we're going to have to sleep. And we also need to be very aware that we're running out of food. We're on day 9 now. We've only got enough food to last us for 10 days at the start. So let's run back to our base. And we have until 6:30, and that's when it gets dark. So I don't think we're going to make it at the moment. We can't use the workbench at night. We can at the moment because we'll have power because of the batteries, but the power will drain, which means that we can't go through an entire night at the moment because we don't have enough solar panels. So what we're going to do right now it's dark. See, if we look, there we go, we're now on 0, so we've got nothing coming in. So we look at the battery. The battery has 31 capacity, which means that there's not much in there at the moment, which means we need to be really quick to go in here. Before we lose our power, we need to use this. We're going to take our spectral analyzer into our board and we're going to upgrade it. This is going to upgrade from a level 1 to a level 2. So in a previous video, you saw how we could repair something. Now what you're seeing is how we can upgrade something. So we take our tool, we put it in here to upgrade it. And as long as we've got power, the power will go out shortly. And I'm really hoping we get this in time, because I want to show you it. So here it is. You can see the robot is working on it here. We're waiting for it. It should be ready very soon. It only takes a minute. There we go. And now we can pick this up. We now have a level 2 spectral detector. And what that means, and the difference between a level 1 and a level 2, is a level 1 allows you to find water. Remember what we did in our previous video when we were searching for water? We used this. Now it's level 2, I can point it at a rock. If I point it at a rock and I'm close enough to that rock, it will analyze what that rock is. The main component is iron. That means if I drill into this, I will get iron. As a subcomponent, I can get silicon, calcium, and aluminium. I can't get those if I break it down. So the main component is that small part. Do you remember as we were breaking this down, it says unknown ore. So this is unknown. So let's have a look at it. I now know it's silicon. So now it says silicon ore. If I break this down, it says ready to load. If I was to load this into a rover or into a truck in these bigger pieces, I will get the subcomponents. So I get the subcomponents when they're big like this. If I break this down so that I can pick it up, I only get the main component and I destroy the subcomponents. Which is why you only want to get exactly what you need. You don't want to go too crazy. Now, once we have enough, which we should have here, we need 6 electronic parts. So we come to our 3D printer, we go to our inventory, and we move our parts across into here. Now we can go to printing, and we can now print the parts that we need. Now remember, we needed 6 of these. We have enough aluminium. We have enough silicon. That means we can print 6 electronic parts. And that is how, once you've done that, you need to go to your inventory, and you need to take the items out of the printer. Perfect. So that has given us enough parts. I can actually head over here now from our previous video where we talked about the solar panels. And I can finish these off. So I can now finish building these. I have enough to do this. I can't do this one because unfortunately I'm short. I need solar cells. But that's fine. I don't need to worry about that at the moment because it's nighttime. I can just get these powered up. So let's go. We're going to run these across to here. We're then going to run this down here and we're going to power these up. So there's one. We're going to go back the other way. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to run this across to here and then to this. And this will now give us enough power to get us through the night. So this is a good video for you to understand the power of being able to farm resources from mining that is going to allow us to build material through the 3D printer. And that now means that we have enough power stored up to get us through the night, to charge the battery. We can continue to do this. We need the solar. If you remember, we need to get enough solar cells as well. And that's going to require quite a lot. We need 5 of these. So we don't have enough silicon. We need to get more silicon to be able to do that. We also need more electronic parts. So we would have to go and farm a little bit more. But very good practice for you to be able to go out, to be able to farm, get the materials you need to get you to the next stage. So at this point, I'm going to go to sleep. And when we wake up in the morning, we will go through and we will do the botany, which I will do in a separate video. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this was useful.